What's up, guys? Welcome back to Shifting Lanes. My name is Gregson. Thank you so much for tuning in. That, as you probably know if you're tuning into this channel, is my 2005 Volvo V70R, and it is my favorite car I have ever owned. Someone emailed me the other day, 2 days ago, and offered me 20 grand to sell them the car. And I told him no. And today, I'm gonna tell you why. So if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in and thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you see, please consider giving this video a thumbs up at the end and hitting that big red subscribe button. That really helps us out. As I said, this is my 2005 Volvo V70R and it's my favorite car. I love this thing. It sounds epic. We've built it out. I'm super attached to it. I'll probably never sell it. And today I'm gonna give you the 5 reasons why I will never, ever sell this car. Because I just think that this car is amazing. I really love it. It's so cool. But before I give away all of the 5 reasons, let's hop in, let's go for a drive, and I'll give you reason number 1. Actually, I totally just lied to you. Before we get in, I'm gonna give you reason number 1. It's because of how this thing looks. This is one of the top 5 best looking wagons ever designed in the history of the car. It is beautiful. The profile of it, the stance of it, the way this thing is flowed, the lines of it, it is obviously one of the best looking wagons of all time. Style wise, it's so classic. I love how the body just like contours around the end of the trunk there. It's just so classic. The front end it doesn't age. This looks like it could have been designed 5 years ago. I know that a lot of stuff is being a lot edgier with a lot more angles these days, but I feel like this rounded design, it'll never ever age the way a lot of other things have. I've put different wheels on this. The blue is OEM, the Atacama interior obviously is OEM, the blue on tan, one of the most classic color combinations in existence. I think green on tan is probably my favorite, but this is a close number 2. Put the new wheels on it. Of course, these are the vanilla performance wheels from Viva Performance that I got in a subsequent video, and you can check out that video above. It just looks amazing. So the looks of this car is probably one of the reasons why I'll never sell it, is because it just looks so good. There are no bad angles on this car, and as you walk around it, I mean, tell me where there's a bad angle. I don't think you guys can, because it just looks good everywhere. It's so timeless. I think it really is a timeless design, and I think that it's gonna hold up. You look at this car in 10-15 years and it's gonna look the same. It's gonna look just as good today as it does then. And I think that more people are gonna start recognizing this design as one of the best ever. Okay, now that we're inside, I think you can probably know where the second reason is going. It's because of how this thing sounds and the engine. It has a 5-cylinder, inline 5-cylinder up front, transversely mounted, all-wheel drive, and it just sounds epic. Take a listen. I mean, this thing is a baby V10. It's just nuts with the right exhaust, with the right tuning, with the right everything, intake, intercooler, piping, everything hooked up in these cars. There is nothing that sounds like them on the planet. Honestly, I mean, the Audi 5-cylinders sound awesome, but to me, the T5, the i5 from Volvo just has this really unique, crisp note that I don't think is matched by the Audi 5-cylinders. The Audi 5-cylinders sound amazing, but I think the Volvos just sound better. And plus, it's a Volvo. No one expects the Volvo. You expect Audis to be quick or powerful, you know, take on the Germans and take on their rivals from BMW and Mercedes. But, you know, when you hear a Volvo coming by and it's like popping and crackling and just screams by you in 5-cylinder glory, the looks you get are so hilarious, and I love that about this car. It's just so great. So yeah, the performance, the power that this one has, it's 450 horsepower. The power that this one has, but I mean 300 horsepower from stock from a 5-cylinder engine back in 2005, 2004 to 2007 is when these were made. You can't really beat that. It's so good. So the performance, the sound of this car really is the second reason why I can't sell it. There's nothing else like it out there. I'm definitely not obsessed with Atacama. Definitely not. I don't know what would make you think that at all. I'm about to run into the store, and I wanted to show you guys this because we got some masks from some place online when before the pandemic hit, and Turns out, this thing is really close to Atacama. Such a happy coincidence. Really cool. Anyway, the third thing before I get out of this swelteringly hot car is my emotional attachment to this thing. This is literally the car that launched Shifting Lanes as a channel. If you go back and look at our older videos, they've been there for like 3 or 4 or 5 years, but they don't really have the same amount of views as our first V70R video, which is still our best video ever. It's over 350,000 views. That thing basically launched the channel, my old gray one, which I have a story about. So if you want to hear the story, comment below as to whatever happened to that car, because a lot of you probably are OG subscribers that subscribe because I had that car in the first place. If you want to hear the story behind it, comment below and I will make another video about what happened to that car. But back to this, the emotional attachment I have to this and V70Rs as a whole. I mean, I don't think I could ever sell this thing unless well, just stay tuned to the end. But the reason why I say the emotional attachment is because so many YouTubers right now are selling a whole bunch of their cars. Tyler Hoover just announced he's going to sell half his fleet. I don't know if you know the Stradman, but his friends over at Summit Life Auto Lab, they announced they're selling some cars. I think there's a couple other YouTubers that are like, oh yeah, we're selling our cars. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic, if they're having monetization issues, if they really need the revenue. Maybe it's just they need to clear space for new stuff they're doing. I don't know, but I don't know, like buying and selling cars like that much. I mean, we're on a shoestring budget here as it is, but I don't know. I become emotionally attached to certain things. Like the Aston, probably you guys may not know this, but I regret selling the Aston almost every day. I love that car, but you know what? The family needed a big SUV, and selling the Aston for a Volvo XC90 was the best choice I could have made at the time. And you know what? It's now my wife's daily driver, and it's one of the safest cars ever made. So do I regret buying the XC? Absolutely not. Do I regret selling the Aston? Yeah, a little bit. You know, every day it kind of eats at me a little bit, but hey, it's fine. If I sold this thing, I would probably be beside myself, because this is my favorite car I've ever owned. I will restore this thing to its former glory in full someday in the future. If it takes me 5, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever, that's fine. It's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm so emotionally attached to this thing, guys. I don't think I could. The next reason is value. Now, in the last 2 to 3 years, these things have skyrocketed in value because of, well, I think a lot of enthusiasts are looking for rare manual wagons, and they don't get much rarer than this. This came only in the US 3,407 units for the P2 Volvo V70R. It's really rare. It sounds amazing. It's an enthusiast wagon. There aren't a lot of them left. You know, you can get a Merc AMG, crazy expensive. You can get the new Audi RS6 Avant that's gonna come to the US, crazy expensive. Even older wagons like the Merc AMGs from this same generation are $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 depending on the age. You can still find these at a good value, at, you know, a good one between $5,000 to $10,000, but they're selling like crazy. I made a video about this last October. One sold on Bring a Trailer for $25,000, and a few years ago you couldn't find these for over $5,000. There was a million of them out there for under $5,000, you know, even good ones for under $5,000. Our first one was in pretty good shape. We got it for $3,900. So if you're looking for something that's gonna appreciate in value, these are a really good buy right now. They won't appreciate like Porsches. They're not going crazy, but I think in the next 5 to 6 years, you're gonna start to see really good examples of these creep into the $30,000 and $40,000 range. And with how many people part these cars out, which still baffles me to this day, you're gonna see them become even more rare. You may even see only a few hundred examples of these in the next few years in the United States. I think under 1,000 we'll start to see V70Rs in that number in the next 3 to 5 years. And that's why I want to hang on to this, because it's only going to appreciate in value, even though I drive this thing all the time. But some of the ones on Bring a Trailer are, you know, 150, 200,000 miles, still going for $10,000, $15,000. So value, this is a really good value buy right now. Packages. That's weird. Coffee and car parts. Ain't nothing better. Okay, so as I walk up my driveway and I'm home from doing my quick errand, what is reason number 5 that I wouldn't sell this car? And it's you guys. Now, I've talked about that in another video, which is the reason why I will always own a Volvo. It's one of our most popular videos on this channel. It's got over 120, 130,000 views, and it's honestly because of you guys, the community. There are a few bad apples in the community. I think they hate me more than I hate them. I really think, like, it doesn't really bother me that much. I think it bothers them a lot more. Either way, the community, 99.9% of the Volvo community is so good. Honestly, I get so many more messages, probably a 300 to 1 ratio of thank you for doing this, you know, you've really inspired me to you know, buy a Volvo. Stuff like that really brings me back for more. And yes, I could sell this and get another Volvo, but like I said, this is the one that really kind of launched the channel, and it holds a special place in my heart. And honestly, like, I think the P2R community is one of the best ones I've ever been a part of, if not the best one I've ever been a part of. Subaru WRX community, shockingly in second place. A lot better than you guys probably think it is. But this one, it's just hands down the best, I think. I gotta say, it is the best. You guys are amazing. And thank you guys so much for watching and giving us all of these positive comments. It really makes us want to do more, and why we're kind of expanding outside of Volvo, so we can bring you more interesting stuff that you guys like, because Volvo people are car people, and you may like the new Hyundai Veloster N or a new McLaren that we get to drive from an OEM launch or something like that. So again, really proud to do this for you guys, and thank you, because you're the reason why I've kept this around. Now on to the last thing, because there's one thing at the beginning of the video that I edited out and you didn't see. This was the 5 reasons why I didn't want to sell the car, but there is one reason why I would, and that is, well, this is what I said at the beginning of the video. Every man and every car and every woman and everything has their price, and I'll tell you what I would sell this car for at the end. And what's that reason? That reason is if someone offered me $30,000 to $40,000. Now, this car is amazing. I love this car that much. $30,000 to $40,000 is not even in the realm of possibility for this car or any Volvo V70R, no matter how good the condition is right now. New, they were between $43,000 and $47,000 here in the US, depending on options and depending on what you got. So almost paying that much for one right now, 15 years later, it seems a little ridiculous to me. So unless someone offers me that, it's not going anywhere. Every person has their price, every car has their price. And at 30 to 40 grand, I could buy another one and just redo it and do a whole other series on another car, which I think would be really cool. But it's not gonna happen, at least not in the next 5 years. Like I said, in the value part of this video, these things are going up. This thing won't hit that probably for 5 to 10 years, if ever. So, you know, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. There's like a 0.01% chance that it ever gets sold. So if you think that I'm gonna sell this, it's not happening. This thing's staying on channel. I want the 240 that we're building, the M3, and all future stuff that we're gonna do to be on the channel forever. So don't worry, I don't think this car is going anywhere anytime soon. So that'll do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. What are your reasons for wanting a Volvo V70R or not selling it? Because if you guys have one, I want to hear from you. Leave it in the comments below. Why are you not gonna sell your V70R? Why are you gonna sell your V70R? I wanna hear from you, and I'm interested to see your take on these reasons, as well as your reasons for selling or not selling. I think I'm gonna make a follow-up video to this saying why I would sell this car if it was in the realm of possibility. If someone offered me $30,000 to $40,000, why I would sell it, because there are some faults with this car that I think you all should know about. So if you don't know these cars, stay tuned for that in the future. If you want to follow us on any social media, it is at Shifting Lanes on Instagram and Facebook. We repost all of our videos there a week or two after, and we're catching up, so bear with us there. But we also post stuff there that you'll never see on YouTube, so go follow us there. You can also follow me at RealGregsonM, and that will do it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you guys next time. See ya!